Hi everyone. It's been a minute. I hope everyone's doing well. It's some crazy energy out there, and I felt called to jump on here. So I've been in hermit mode, and I've been loving every second of it. So I think I'm ready to climb out, though, little by little. We have this new full moon in Aries coming this week. And although whenever you find this reading, it's time and energy are fluid, this is maybe the energy that you're experiencing when you come across this video or has someone to do in your life. My dogs are downstairs. I'm going to take their barks as maybe additional confirmations. And so this could be, relevant at a later date as well, more than it is for some people now. So let's dive in here. I am thinking about changing some things up, and funny because I pulled a couple cards for myself. This deck has been calling to me in general. I love the artwork on it. Although I read the cards intuitively, I still try to keep the guidebooks, the Guardian Knight Tarot. And I was like, all right, do I really need to jump on here and do a video? And so I was like, if I'm meant to use this deck, then something good needs to come out. And I will say I had two really good things come out, and it's the Two of Cups and Strength. I feel like, first of all, I know I'm not the only person coming out of hermit mode in recent times. It has been a season in the last several years. I think in the pandemic, regardless of your outlook or opinion on it, it has been the hugest source of awakening in the last 20 years. It's like the most centralized part where people either woke up or they didn't. And there's really a divide right now. And, energetically for somebody like me, it's really exhausting. And as more people awaken to who they are, I think that they're feeling the exhaustion as well. And as you continue on your ascension journey and your, I don't know, for me, it's been a major self-love journey as well. You really start to determine, there's differences in your life, and there's things that are worth letting go. And this is where the strength comes in, is you're faced with these choices. And for some people, it's a choose you or else, what's going to happen if you don't choose you. And, you really have had to pick yourself up by your bootstraps. I know that's what I've been doing. For other people, you've really opened your eyes to different things in the world, whether it be in the ways of, there's so much controversy and all these different things in more recent times. And it just feels like, regardless of what's going on around, people are choosing. And then I love this Strength card. It has a mouse or a rat. I'm sorry, I think it's a rat. And this snake, which I've always been so grossed out by snakes, and in recent years I really love the artwork. Still not quite will ever be at the reptile point in my life, but I love these because it shows that it's a common ground and there's heart, and no matter how different they are, it's common purpose. It's rising to be greater. And this long snake down here, there's some mushrooms, so I always think of that as maybe finding out some dirty truth and really awakening in different ways that you never thought before. And of course, it looks like the polarity with the sun and the moon and some stars and clouds in this one. So it's very mystical. And these elephants, it shows here, and there's Leo energy is something I've been talking a lot about lately privately. And the imagery in this one has a lion at the head, and these two elephants, and this lotus flower, and the same kind of clouds and these golden wings. And it really is just breaking free of what you have been, whether this is, like I said, whether this is politically, whether this is educationally, whether this is romantically, whether this is friendshiply, whether this is familial in any way, it doesn't matter. In any situationship, because I'm going to do this as a general reading, and because anybody has the ability to embody any energy, and we're really focusing, to me, we're in a place with this world where I don't look at the zodiac as everything. It is we're all healed and unhealed walking around, and we have the ability to embody any zodiac. So knowing again, on this reading, that you have to channel for yourself this strength to face these choices that you're having to make today, because divorce is at an all-time high, just life destruction alone, mental health issues, you name it. There's so many things that are at an all-time high, and it's up to you. I feel like we're being told to use our own discernment. And so this is where these two cards really, really, really come in. I don't know, with a little more power. It's because we're being faced, and it's in many situations. So I'm going to see what comes out. Again, I don't even have a title for this one right now. I'm not sure what's going to come out. Let's see what kind of energy, the same deck that I pulled for myself. I think I'm going to get to a point too where I really don't, that was interesting, need cards is what I was going to say. They're more of just a helpful confirmation. The Six of Wands. Yeah. This, to me, this has these meerkats on it. And there's one up here. He's kind of stabilized on, I don't know, maybe this broken tree, perhaps. And there's all these other ones. And it's like, so it doesn't matter what level of seeing shit in your life, in your own personal world, in the world itself in general. It doesn't matter what level you're at, you're seeing it. And it feels like you're surrounding yourself with people you kind of are not really caring if this is you up here or if this is you down here, because to me this card can intuitively be translated in two different ways. Sorry, I'm channeling and I notice I'm speaking really fast, and so I'm going to try to slow down. I think you can slow it down on YouTube also. But this could also be you not really caring and continuing to grow and leaving behind things that were holding you back. You know, this almost looks like a mother with babies old enough to be able to, fend for themselves. And so it's kind of like, okay, I have to elevate so you guys can learn on your own. And maybe this is you, leaving a friend group. So that way you could elevate and you could learn, dive in and learn more about who you are as a person. And maybe there were people that were holding you back, or you knew that they were talking shit about you whenever, you got up to take a piss. So, but also maybe this is just a time in your life where it's pivotal and where you're actually doing stuff for you and not letting everybody rely on you and saying, I've given you the tools and now you can go on your own. And because I feel like a lot of people have elevated to a sense where they realized they were interrupting other people's karma and decided that they needed to pour into themselves. Because when you pour into yourself and you're doing the inner work, you're doing, you're putting out into the world what you would like to receive. And when you do that, you begin to overflow and you naturally spill over all good things onto the people that are the closest to you. And this journey of elevation, and I see these plants, these leaves that are going up in like this almost wreath on the side. And it shows that you're growing regardless. You're growing because you're doing something for you. And it's not that you're turning your back on other people, but you're letting them do it for themselves. This is excellent energy. I kind of want to see if I can find some different stories on this energy. If the energy itself, I describe it when I feel it like this, is sticky honey, and it's like stuff that you have gotten and that you're the one who put you there and all you can do is climb out. And so it's like, it's this sticky honey where you're trying to pull away, but there's so many things attached to it. Okay. Let's see. Some of you, single. Some of you guys have left, whether this is single, it says current relationship but this is almost could be, because then I see waves, emotions coming and going. It's like this could be somebody who is single, but you're still really pulling back to these old habits of you, these old versions of you, and these things that I keep hearing, here's your sign, here's your sign. And it's like, here's your sign that if I'm seeing literally somebody go like this to cut the cord, cut the scissors, somebody that's keeping you stuck. Because this person is standing on the side of the road. He's dressed nice. He's everything. And it's like somebody who leaves you high and dry, whether it's friend, romantic, family, it doesn't matter. Any kind of relationship, somebody's leaving you high and dry, and it feels like it's emotional. It's coming and going. So maybe this is more of a family thing too, or, somebody who, longtime friend, you thought was your friend, and then they showed you who they really were. But this is showing that even though this has been hard, and I can see this has been hard by these other two cards I'll get to in a second that have come out, but you're protected. And it seems like even though you're pulling away and maybe you don't really understand at times why things are happening the way they're happening, you've always felt like you knew there was a greater plan. And something that I have always said is purpose through the pain. And that's something, regardless of what I've gone through in life, I'm always trying to find the purpose to the pain. And this is confirmation that even in these difficult patterns in your life that you're undoing, Archangel Michael's protection, prevented from harm, divine intervention. And for some of you guys, it feels really extreme, like it was like kill or be killed. You had to get out, you had to change things. Its grip, anchors, chains weighed down. I mean, this is miserable, but it sure looks like here that whoever you let go, or whoever you are trying to continue to let go, for some of you, it depends. You're all on different places in your timeline. Bounty hunter, chaser, hot pursuit. And these dogs, I mean, one has a stick, one has its tongue out to here like it's thirsty, and it seems like these people will do whatever they can even can come up with to try to get under your skin. But the funniest thing is this protection in the middle. Here's these 5 cards: single waves, Archangel Michael, grip, bounty hunter. Is that it really feels like no matter what they've done, that even though there are things that were generally before would hurt you really bad, it seems like you have released these things. You've let them go. There's divine protection in it. That you were meant for greater things. And I mean, these people are chasing their tail still, maybe, and I'm trying to understand why they can't reach you. Oh gosh. But I mean, this grip, this weighed down, and these dogs, I mean, it was not easy. Concede it was emotional, very, very emotional. Whatever the choice was in your life that you had to make, your situation. Oof. Okay, I'll take them all, but that's it. Whatever this is a lot of cards, you guys. Let me lay these out. There's a lot of stalking energy. Social media checking. Yeah. Ooh, there's a lot here, you guys. There's a lot of different stories. Give me just a second so I can... yeah. Okay, so for some of these, it feels like this receipts card is pulled on... they're telling me to place this one. This is a lot of cards, and it's interesting what they're having me do with these. So this says receipts. This feels like this goes with the anchors and chains weighed down. And it seems like more than anything. I mean, look at this red. This is very rooted. This is grounded. I understand it's lipstick, but this is, who the fuck you are. And whoever doesn't vibe, good for you. Move respectfully. Like trash, discarding, throwing out. That's what it seems like. Taking out the trash. I remember, and I use that phrase often, and used to, and I even did like a New Year's Eve video, I think, on it a couple years ago. And it seems like this is just the elimination, the releasing of this continued, and this is part of your protection, is things being weeded out and discarded that are not meant for you. But this seems like, too, of course, somebody in this is threatened. They're embarrassed. It seems as if they know more than anything. They're painted as a clown. I mean, it almost feels if when I look at this first one with this guy where it says, the current status available, it's like you're tired of surrounding yourself with people who make you not value yourself, because at the end, you're the one who looks like the clown and you're tired of being played. And it says you'll do anything, settlement, agreement, compromise, and there's cheers. Like, you'll do anything. You're making peace with yourself. This they're telling me to put over here at the Two of Cups. Like, you have a choice. You have a choice to choose you. And you don't owe anybody an explanation. Then searching online, looking for records, access granted, social media, a fake profile hiding. People, regardless of where your situation is, it feels very drastic. Like, somebody is like, I could care less, and somebody else is losing their mind and constantly checking in. They're constantly searching, looking for different things that are relevant to them. But it almost feels like, and especially next to this clown card and the access granted, the threatened, it's like this person's a joke. Whoever's trying to make you look bad, whoever's trying to make you, I don't know. It seems like initially maybe you were questioning things, questioning who you are, questioning what you want to do, questioning what you want to be, questioning all these different things about you. But you just continued to like lock yourself up tighter. And this just, again, the hermit mode. But it feels like even though everything you did was drastic, extreme, it was harsh, it was cut off, it was for your greater happiness. And now it almost feels like people are noticing it in you, the wholeness, the overjoyed, the smiling. It's like they see you shining. They see you breathing differently, moving differently in the world. And it's not like anything that you had been doing before, because, it just looks like, I don't know, if you had to throw things out and you had to be so grounded in who you were, it was like the things that you had to do were drastic. Absolutely drastic. A bigger table. Way too many. Just had some slip out back here they're telling me to keep. Okay. This is like novel time. Jeez. Okay. I guess I did ask for a lot of scenarios. Boundaries, yeah. This goes back on to you making these certain choices. Boundaries, not your responsibility to fix everyone. Learn to say no, respect other people's space, body, feelings, energy shield, attached from any people holding you under the influence. This is all these hands grabbing at you. And the answer is no. No. Revolution you. Revolution you. Time to focus on you. Self-care, self-growth. This was not to be, and this shows somebody putting a mascara wand on her third eye. I love this one, even though the artwork is really light. But be the change you wish to see. I just said this stuff. This was for you. This was for your own survival, for your own happiness. And so that way you could invest on you. And so even if, like I said, you walked away from family, you walked away from friends, you walked away from a marriage, any type of relationship, who made the rules? It says rock the boat. And it seems like if people are saying like, oh, you shouldn't do this or you shouldn't do that, you don't really care anymore. You don't give a shit. You're standing your ground. You're speaking up because you're tired of being shit on. And with all the purple in these cards, it's awakening your intuition and your crown chakra. It's like you're recognizing who you are and what needs to change. Gratitude. Prayer hands. I love this one. Blessed. Gratitude is the attitude. Express your appreciation. Like I said, people are noticing the change in you. They are absolutely noticing the change in you. And what are you doing? It says blind spot. It's you are so much more aware of the things that were passing you by in your world. This shows these same kind of glasses that were on this searching. So this is definitely relevant. But these blinders on, and it's like you were so busy before. You were so batshit. You were batshit crazy, that you knew something had to change. There's power in your presence, guiding light, positive, motivating force, influential. This is Selena. Um, you make others happy. You bring out the best in others. But when you understood that in order to be able to do this proactively and in a healthy way that had balance in your life, that you had to realize who you were too, and the power in your own presence and what you brought to the table. And impermanence, this too shall pass. And this was in the you're willing to go through any length, any time in order to make it out and to reach your goals and to experience that abundance, that joy, that it feels like you're taking from the world what you know was meant to be yours, which is an amazing thing. And, you know, this isn't how funny fall, autumn, and here we are. This is going to be our first full moon of fall. But yeah, it feels like big life changes, things that are, and this Day of the Dead makes me think of detachment and, you know, mastering that detachment, knowing that not everybody is meant to stay with you, not everything, not anything not meant to stay with you or meant to, it's not meant to evolve with you. And so this could be, regardless of your situation, this could be the big reason of why things aren't working out in the current moment, why things haven't worked out in the past couple of years, why things, and if you can really look back, and again, for everyone it's different, where you had that split second moment where you had this epiphany and you knew that you had to take a look at the role that you were playing in your own suffering. And when you had that conversation with yourself and knew what you needed to change, you did it and you didn't look back. But know that these people, they're still checking in on you. They still, I feels like some of them can't understand. Again, I'm going back to these blinder glasses. What? I don't understand. I don't understand why she's not reaching out. I don't understand why he won't come over. I don't understand why he thinks that this situation is crazy. You know, if one person's doing the math, it's never going to add up to them, to the person who isn't doing, you know, the math, aka the inner work in this realm, essentially. So that's what I've got, you guys. Thanks so much. It was great to get on here again, and I will see you soon. Take care.